Hey guys, welcome to London Players Guild. I'm here today with John.
Hello.
John is dying here with me.
Yep.
We just went through the draft books for card list for the second time now,
We did.
and there's our top 10 pick for best cards, the most influential cards from this set.
Read the cards more carefully and changed a couple of them.
Yes. Yeah. So we're just going to go into this. Just a disclaimer: this is our own opinion. We don't know what actually is going to happen.
and
It's what we think.
Mostly we've gone through and picked cards that are universal.
Either universal or affect the meta as it is right now.
And
Something that fits
there's
into.
one or two cards that help meta decks against the new meta decks.
Yeah.
Like the first card that's going to be on the list, basically.
Yeah. So let's just jump into it. And this one was your pick, so I will let you start with it. So it's number 10. And it's Mai, the Graceful Tactician.
Yes, I think this is going to help Mill against the U6 matchup.
Not the U6 veggies.
Yeah, not so much the Shenron one, because the Shenron one just goes what's it called? Assemble the squad
into cabbage.
So this card doesn't really do anything there. But against the one that the Broly leader or the Cabba Vegeta leader, this one helps early game because then this bounces the 1-drops.
It bottoms it.
Yeah,
it doesn't bounce
it puts to the bottom of the deck where it's less useful.
And you can use it during either your turn or your opponent's turn.
Yeah, so this really helps Mill with that.
So they can't resurrect the card, they can't bring it back or anything like that.
It puts the 1-drop Khalifa to the bottom of the deck because it doesn't destroy it, so it gets around that.
Yeah.
The 1-drop Kale, it gets around that. It puts the
Cabba.
1-drop Cabba to the bottom. And then this can also help other decks, right? Because it doesn't have to be a blue leader.
I mean, it's a very... So they play the 1-drop Caulifla, then they attack you, they combo their big Caulifla,
and then you
bottom the other one, and then they just lost the card. Yeah,
exactly. It costs 1 to combo with. Yeah.
It costs 1 to combo with. It's like Family of Justice, but it works also not only during your turn, but during your opponent's turn.
I feel like this card's really good.
And I think it might find home in sideboards of not only mill decks.
Yeah, it's also going to be good against things like Pan, for example, because early game they go intensifying trunks. They attack with it, bottom. They take a life. They're like, 15k crit. You're like, I'm just going to tap, put it bottom of your deck. So I feel like this card's going to be... I personally think this card will be a bit useful against the aggro matchups. I may be wrong because the 1 cost to it might be a bit expensive,
but Family of Justice seen a lot of play, even though there was 1 cost and you could only do it during your turn.
Yeah, that's set 1 green, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like this card's going to be...
And this one works during either player's turn. Only on 1-drops though, but I think 1-drops are powerful.
They're prominent. They're a prominent part of the meta right now, 1-drop. So I feel like this is going to be useful. And obviously putting something to the bottom of the deck is more detrimental because in the hand they can just play it again. In the drop they can add it back or just summon it from the drop.
Yeah.
And then it fuels Overwhelm if it's in the drop. So bottom of the deck's very...
Yeah, I like to see that there's more cards, bottoming cards. Like we started in set 5 with the Gogeta from starter deck.
Yeah.
And then we went from that point onward.
Yeah, so I feel like this card's going to be quite helpful going forward.
Next one, number 9. Is Freezer, Cry of the Sovereign. That's the one that
was semi one of yours, wasn't it?
Yes, I mean it's something that we started on having consensus on, but then you started to break off from that.
Yeah,
so
the cost,
you pay 2 yellow, and when you combo with this card, if it's your opponent's turn, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards and negate all of its skills for the duration of the turn. So it's essentially a Bloodlust that you do in the combo step during your opponent's turn.
If they go all out on you, combo with Champa to your second double strike, and you're just like, 2 yellow.
Yeah, exactly. You can turn off all of the effects for the turn. It doesn't need to be the attacking card either.
Yeah, it can be anything,
So I think this card is going to be quite good. Maybe not as a 4-off, but Trinemba, that is really popular right now.
Yeah.
I think it could use something like this.
Yep.
And we're getting more and more ongoing threats showing up. So negating those ongoing threats might be a disadvantage. You could...
Kaioken, for example. If you have 2 yellow up, and if they don't get rid of this because they want to get rid of your negates, or...
Yeah.
It's just something.
It is
Mirror,
something... It is something.
Absorbed, tap 2 yellow, push straight down to 30k. It's no longer got double strike.
It doesn't have the double strike, but it's still got the power. I'm not sure what's the ruling on that one. because it already got the power until end of turn. The one where it declares the attack.
Fair enough.
But you can remove the skills because they always attack earlier.
Yeah.
So you can remove the Union Absorb, and then they're left with that battle card tapped, so you can keep on putting pressure on that.
Yeah, but I think the 2 yellows the only downside to this
But
card.
We're going into era of multicolored cards. So because of that, there is going to be way easier way to be able to play blue cards and yellow cards at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Or soon they'll see there's red and yellow.
Red and yellow, and there's lots of all of the colors are going to be going on. So I think this card is going to see a lot of play, and something that's really worth picking up right now because it's going to be important in the future.
Well, picked up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're getting it at the beginning of October, 11th of October. Next one is Trunks Dimension Sniper.
Yeah, so I didn't look at this card that much to begin with, and then after today, playing against Pan, I played against the U6 Mirror, and even against stuff like Baby, I feel like this card's going to be very useful for...
So, for starters, what does it do?
Oh, my bad. So, when you play this card, using Overwhelm, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and energy cost of 3 or less, and send it to the warp. So, this gets over those 1-drops that U6 have, because it doesn't care them, it warps them, which is great.
U6 has no way of interacting with warp as well.
Exactly, but having cards in the warp doesn't really benefit them. And it's just good removal because Banishafu needs 5 Overwhelm.
And costs 1 energy to play.
And costs 1 energy. This is literally just summon. What does this get rid of? What are really good 3-drops right now, other than the small stuff?
Digging Deep.
Digging Deep, get rid of the Digging Deep. Toa can use this. They can remove Barrier from Path to Greatness, summon this, and just warp it.
That's true. They would need to awaken earlier, but
so I think this is really good just for Toa mostly, simply because the leader can get rid of things like Barrier, and then you can just warp the card.
Yeah.
But I think this card's going to be quite useful going forward.
I think if we put it our heads, there would be a lot of targets that this could get rid of.
Yeah, just sitting here thinking of every single one, it's going to take quite a bit of time. But Toa's going to be able to use this the best because the leader instantly just mills 3, which instantly lets you summon this card.
I think that's the biggest strength of the card, that it's overwhelm free.
Yeah,
because Toa fills it in every single turn.
Yeah, and also it's a 5k combo power, which is always nice.
And 15k attacker, so it will always hit.
Yeah.
There's lots of good Trunks at the moment for Overwhelm.
Yes.
All started with the poor, sad old TT Trunks.
Time Patrol Trunks, what a card that was.
Yeah. This one is interesting. This one was John's.
Yeah, this is a coin
Paternal
flip of
Bonds.
Yeah, a coin flip of Negate, but I feel like this card might have some secret little potential to it.
Paternal Bonds is a counter attack. You negate the attack, doesn't matter what's your leader color. And you may choose one of your cards and switch it to rest mode. So you can choose your energy, leader, or battle card, or field card.
Yeah.
Because it's also one of your cards. And if you do, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode.
Yeah, so you negate the one that's attacking you.
And then
you tap your battle card or your leader or your Planet Vegeta, I don't know.
Exactly.
And then just rest the other threat.
Exactly. The Planet Vegeta doesn't do anything else. Or Planet Sadala.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it does something. It lets you negate 2 attacks for 1 energy.
Yeah, literally negate 2 attacks. 2! Like, I feel like this negate has so much potential. But the fact that you have to make choices to not attack with your leader, so you can tap it to negate something,
or play something like
2
Planet
energy,
Vegeta,
or just have something like this. This is more prominent with the field cards because once they're there, other than M2.
Yeah, I think there was another one that also did something when you needed
the
to
ones
rest
that
it.
do something when you rest them. Obviously, they're not going to be useful here. But the ones like Planet Vegeta and Sadala that stick. This card is...
It's another yellow negate that makes people think how they attack, because the first one is obviously Flying Nimbus, which makes it so you can't attack with your leader first when your opponent has a yellow open.
So now if they attack with their leader first, you're just going to rest the other
now you can't
cards.
play the battle cards first. Yeah. You can't set up the board beforehand
so
or anything
I feel
like that.
This is going to be a very strong negate going forward, and it's also a common. So
yes. You can get it stamped.
Yes, so this card, I personally feel like this is going to be quite a good negate going forward.
Yeah. Number 6, Vegeta Saiyan Tag Team.
Yeah.
So this one is red one. It's one of those campaign rares. Duo Power Rare, I think it's called in this one.
Well, it should be at the bottom corner.
DPR, something like that, yeah. So it's a 4-drop 20k, but during battle, if one of your Universe 7 or Universe 6 battle cards is being attacked, you can pay 1 energy. You give 6,000 power to the attack target, then play this card from your hand, but you can only do it once per turn. So it gives 6,000 power until end of your next turn, which means you do that. They attack your, I don't know, Caulifla, for example.
Or Champavados.
Or Champavados, yes. They attack your Champavados. And you just pay 1 energy, give Champavados 6k, put a body on board, and you protect it against the attack.
It's basically kind of like beaning. You just don't get the extra energy. You just get a big.
But the Champavados then is 25k during your turn as well.
25.
25.
6 plus 19.
Yes. 25. So it's also 25 during your turn after that.
Yeah.
Which makes it for a lot of pressure.
The only downside to this card is that your battle card has to be attacked, and it's red. So if you play it in U6, you can't.
You would play it in the Shenron veggies.
I guess, yeah.
You could play it in the Shenron veggies.
But this card's also a bit like the negate. It's a coin flip right now where it's going to go.
Yeah. I think the card has potential, and seeing how they keep on building on veggies, I think this card will...
It is quite sad how the meta's gone back to veggies again.
At least it's different veggies.
Yeah, at least there's no Shigesh.
I mean, I'm sorry, but there is still turn to cabbage from the deck.
Yep.
And you can play 2 of them in 1 turn.
Yep.
So it's the same situation that really was in the past.
Is this the only red card on the whole list?
No,
it's not. No, it's not.
God, no.
Yeah.
Another red card.
There you go.
Champ and Beerus, Capricious Gods. The twin gods have their card together. So it's a rival red-green, and you need to pay 1 red to play it. And when you play this card, you KO one of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less. Then you choose one of your other battle cards, so it can't choose itself, with cost 6 or less, and give it double strike.
Yeah, just
simple effect.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, but I think it's going to be very effective.
So imagine this: you have a lovely intensifying power Trunks on board already.
Yep.
You attack with it. Your opponent doesn't negate. You take a life. It's 15k crit. Your opponent has something on board. You combo 2 cards, or 1 multicolor. Just pay the energy for that.
Yeah.
Play this. KO whatever they have on board. You comboed on that 15k critical, so it's at least 25k critical.
And now it gets 20k more.
It's a 25k critical double strike
crit
on turn 2.
Yeah, and then now you have a 20k body on board as well.
And then you have a 20k body on board as well. Yes,
I feel like this card's gonna be very useful, and also it's dual color, so it's red green, so it gives it another. So they've got the Gogeta that they use mostly now.
Yeah. As an energy,
but mostly they want to use. Realistically, you're only going to use one of these offensively.
Yeah, and then the rest you use as energy for your Brollies.
Yeah, exactly.
For demonic origins.
So I feel like this card's going to be useful for red green going forward, just simply because of the fact it summons a 20k body. So Pan draws a card off this.
Yeah,
you can arrival this on. You basically
if you need to, you can arrival it during your opponent's turn.
Yeah, and give your battle card 20k and destroy.
Yeah, no, you KO something with 20k or less.
Oh, 20k something less. Yeah. And then you just summon it, and then it's a big body on board. I feel like this card's going to be useful.
Yeah, this is going to be one of. That's why it's on the spot number 5. And moving right along is Fu, mission accomplished. So initially, my opinion was that this card is going to be number 1, but then they showed more
black cards,
and then suddenly dropped all the way from number 1 to number 4.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-drop that has 10,000 power, which you're never ever going to play. I don't think you're ever going to play this card.
Summoning this
unless there's going to be a Xeno Evolve on Fu.
Yes.
That's really, really good. During your main phase, if this card is in your drop area, you can pay 2 energy and remove this card from the game, from your drop area. You choose up to 1 black battle card in your drop or warp with cost 7 or less and add it to your hand.
It's very simple, but it's going to be very very helpful when you don't get Vegeta.
When you don't get Vegeta, or when they counter your engine.
Or if your milling goes wrong.
or if your milling goes wrong, you can bring back whichever Mira absorb engine you need.
Yeah, whichever one, or a Toa to take their stuff.
Yeah, or you can bring back the Creator absorbed on its own as a finisher.
Because for Toa, you only ever actually use your energy from
turn 4 onwards.
Yeah, Power Burst or to summon a Vegeta.
Early on, yes.
Yeah,
and then you go into the mirror chains, right? Which
sometimes you're maybe tapping one to hard summon the Creator Absorbed or a Master Saiyan or banish a Fu. But I feel like this card's going to be really useful.
It's going to be a sneaky finisher because they will need to pay attention to what's in Toa's drop and warp. Because Toa can randomly, I'm just going to put 3 cards back in my drop, then pay 2 energy, remove this from game, bring back Creator Absorbed, and play Creator Absorbed.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're down with Creator Absorbed in front of you again.
This card is definitely going to be useful.
Yes, because Toa can keep on bringing it back from warp, so even if you overwhelm it, it's a 0-cost 5k combo, so you can use it to stop early aggression. I think the card is going to be really good. And now we're going into
number 3,
the red cards.
Bane of my existence, these cards coming up.
Why is it bane of your existence?
Because it literally just this card and the next one literally are straight counters for the 2 decks I play.
True.
Like straight counters. And it's my most hated colour as well. Red.
This is card that I bet you was made for Prison.
Yeah.
Because it's a 5-drop that costs 3 if your leader is red.
What a coincidence. And another counterplay.
It's a counterplay that plays itself, and when this card is played, all of your opponent's battle cards without barrier get minus 20,000 power.
For the duration of the turn.
Yes, so essentially you get rid of all of the mirrors beside the 7-drop. And if it's your opponent's turn when you play this card, one of your leader gets Senzu, essentially.
Yeah, it just gets 5k.
Yeah. It's a free drop that if you can use it if your leader is not red, then it costs 5.
Essentially in the format now, what boss monsters have more than 30k? 20k.
20k. Creator Absorbed.
That is it. Because U6 with Kaba or Broly, their highest power is 20. Unless they've evolved something with boosts. If they've got the boost.
Yeah, but then the boost is only until end of turn, right?
Yeah, but by the time they're summoning this on you, you really ain't got anything on the board with a boost anymore. Because they've either killed it or whatever.
I mean, you can also play this Vegeta during your turn to wipe their board.
Veggies, this is good against the Shenron one. This is even good
against... the Shenron boss monsters, right?
This is even realistically good against Ramp Shenron, because how much power does Kaioken have?
25.
Exactly, so this instantly puts him down to a 5k.
Yeah. Which you can easily deal with afterwards.
Yeah, when they...
You play this counter window 1, then counter window 2, you play Gallic Cannon.
Yeah, or the Goku.
Max Speed.
Max Speed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, you're paying, 4 energy, 5 energy, but Prison don't have a problem with that. Like,
in response to your Babidi.
Yeah, I think this will also get paid in Pan, because you can play it off...
yeah, I mean, it's a free drop, right?
Yeah, you can play this off Babidi.
That's not Pan, that's Prison that plays this. That plays Babidi. Pan doesn't play Babidi anymore.
Chain Attack can summon this, right? Oh no, Chain Attack's 15k.
15k, yeah.
Yeah, but definitely this is straight up for Prison. Like the deck that is dead has just got probably one of the best new...
I think this might be what the deck needed. A response to white boards.
Yeah.
A board clear. Essentially, that's what the deck needed.
Yeah.
A board clear.
And it got a very big one. Like, this card's incredible. Like, the card text is insane.
Yeah. And it senses your leader as well, so it's easier to defend.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the Gallic Cannon.
Another card. Oh my god.
The card that was one of the first cards spoiled for the draft box.
Yeah.
And people were at it from the beginning. It's a counterplay that gives minus 15k power, not checking the leader. It doesn't ignore barrier.
That's its only downside, but everything else...
It doesn't check leader, it gives minus 15k on the counter window, not on the auto window, which means that it gives minus 15k before Pan trigger.
Yeah, so
Pan will trigger, giving nothing 5k because the card is not on board anymore.
Yeah, this also gets over the Kaba Vegeta leader, giving something a boost.
But you can still take a life.
Yeah.
But
this kills...
minus 15k is...
Toa Vegeta. I can't remember its full name.
Huh?
The Vegeta in Toa.
The time regulator.
This gets rid of time regulator instantly.
Yep. Gets rid of the mirror. The small absorb, yeah. Because it's 15k. The only problem with this card is you need to play it on counter window 2. You can't play it on counter window 1 because the card is not on board yet.
Yeah. It's such a good card.
Yeah, this card is going to be a powerhouse. Not only red leaders can play it, which is brilliant. Essentially, any leader can play this as long as you can splash red.
So like the red-yellow stuff.
Red-yellow stuff, red-green stuff, red-blue stuff. All of that is going to be a thing.
This card is incredibly good.
Yeah. And now, before we go to our number 1...
I just realised, by the way, we missed something from the honourable mentions. The new mirror.
Yes, we did. Oh, well. We're going to go through our honourable mentions before we go to number 1. Those are cards that are mostly going to go as side deck cards.
Yeah, basically. I think they're all side deck cards, right?
One of them is a tech card.
Yeah, one of them is a tech, yeah. But I think majority...
No, I don't know. One of them is tech card, one of them is a very niche card. But we're going to go into the... Slumber Strike is a new Father-Son Kameha for the green leader, where you either do the same as Father-Son Kameha, so KO one of your opponent's battle cards with cost greater than or equal to the energy your opponent has, or you can kill your own battle card as well, apparently. Or you can KO any of your opponent's battle cards with cost 3 or less.
Yeah. So this is it's
an upgrade.
It's good removal.
It's a better removal than Father-Son because you don't need to charge it at some point. So
this is just very good removal.
Yeah. Oops. Next one is Remote Serious Bomb, which I really like. And I think it's going to find its way in a lot of sideboards because it's colorless.
Yeah, it's very good against decks that rely on just having one big boss monster on the board. Yeah. So basically, this would be good against Ramp Shenron because most of the time they end their turn with just a Cloaken or a 7-drop Gogeta.
I mean, even against... this is going to be good in Mirror of Prison. Because you Vegeta their board when they do Babidi, and then they're usually going to be left with like one battle card.
Yeah.
And then you just do this.
To get rid of the battle card,
Yeah, exactly. And then you play your Babidi.
Yeah.
I think this card is going to see a lot of play.
Good artwork as well.
Yes. It's a very good artwork. King Vegeta, the Majestic Ruler. So we thought about this card going onto actual list, but then it doesn't affect that much. It's a skill drain for people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah. It's an interesting card if you can bring it out. It is really hard to get around it.
Yeah.
But one of those things is Remote Bomb.
Yes. But realistically, there's only one deck that can play this card effectively.
Yes.
Ramp Shenron.
Because that's the only deck that has potential to play it on turn 3.
Because they would literally just go into this, sit on it until they can victory strike.
Yeah, until they can combo it off. It's a 0 cost 5k combo. I thought it's 1 cost 10k.
It disappears.
Yeah, so it's simple. You just go 4-drop Shenron, attack with 4-drop Shenron, combo this off.
Yeah.
Shenron's effect is no longer negated.
And then use it, draw a card on tap. But that's why it's on honourable mentions, right? Because we believe it only fits in one deck that we.
I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference either.
So we can only foresee that it only can go in one deck. Obviously, this card's great for drafting. You summon this in drafting.
The card is generally great because it blocks all of the effects. You can't get rid of it. But they also give you ways like the Remote Bomb to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So that's
and also going to cards in your the freezer. You pay the 2 yellow, negate their skill.
Yeah. Well, that's only during your opponent's turn, but it still doesn't stop leader effects.
Yeah.
Pan is still going to work. Kappa leader is still going to work.
Set to Cell just destroys it.
Yes. Androids are getting back. Yeah. And I think Set to Cell might actually be the leader to play.
That's one thing I just wanted to mention. I'm waiting for them to bring out another leader that can attack active battle cards.
There's only one?
Yeah, it was Hit, wasn't it? Hit from set 1.
Possibly.
Hit or the Vados, I think it was.
I think it was Vados.
But yeah, I'm waiting for that because then that really helps against cards like this.
Next one is my...
No, this is definitely yours.
Yeah, this is mine. So this is a very low-key card that I think is going to bring back the old Android leaders. because you turn 1, you charge a green energy, and you do this. Then at the end of your opponent's turn, so you send this card from your hand to the warp, and at the end of your opponent's next turn, you play this card from your warp, and then you take up to 2 life. Android leader awakens at 6, draws cards. Because Android Cell is getting more support in set 8.
I just realised that card only has 5k power.
Yes. In set 8, Cell gets more support for the green-yellow. I think that either the Cell from set 2 or Androids from set 2 are going to be the leader for that deck still.
Yeah, the Android set 2 is definitely the superior leader.
Depending on what support Cell gets. If it gets for Cell leader or...
But yeah, so basically this card's Awaken turn 2.
Yes.
So if you're going first and you see this, you
just charge 1 green. It lets you be really aggressive. You get lots of resources in your hand. The only downside of this card is the 1 cost 10k combo.
And that's 5k power.
It couldn't attack really. It ensures that you awaken them.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Yeah. The last card is King Vegeta and Vegeta, Royal Bloodline.
Yeah, so mostly this is here is because it's a red-yellow.
Yeah, which is going to be quite decent with the new baby stuff.
Because basically you're going to be able to use Gallic Cannon and Nimbus in the same deck. And not have to worry about how you do your energy. And basically it's an arrival. When you play this card, draw 1 card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode with 3 cost or less and KO it. So basically it's a Shigesh for 3 or less. But
that draws you a card, but you also need to use at least 2 cards to play it.
But the main reason I feel like this card's going to be quite good going forward is the fact it's red-yellow.
Yeah.
So until red-yellow get a
better energy
like
charge,
a Fickle God or the Demonic Broly,
but they still will need some multicolors. I think this is a decent removal. The fact that it also draws you a card, I think that's the one of the better things here.
Yeah, the fact that it's red-yellow, I think that's what puts it in.
And now going to our top 1 pick, which is another campaign card.
Yeah.
Which is Super Saiyan 3 Tag Team Trunks.
Probably one of the best cards I've seen in a long time.
So, let's start with... It's an Overwhelm 3. When you play this card using Overwhelm, it gets critical for the duration of the turn. Good on its own.
Good on its own, yeah.
You just Overwhelm this, it's 15k critical. Didn't we have a card like that in the past?
No, Dimension Support Trunks, it got...
it gave something critical. There was nothing else that...
No.
Okay, so... On that own, it's good. Then it has Activate Battle. You warp 1 card from your hand, and it gets Double Strike.
For the duration.
Like, come on.
This card is so good.
It's a 15k, so it always will hit leader. Double Strike critical for 2 cards.
Yep.
So it's essentially like if you Champa did, but...
Yes, and plus this is also very good in Toa, because it puts 5 cards into the warp turn 1. So you can awaken turn 2, which obviously you don't want to awaken turn 2.
But it gives you the possibility.
But it gives you the possibility of doing it.
If you're going second.
Yeah, so basically this is like that new Trunks that drew 2 cards, warped 1, then warped itself. That also put 5 in the warp. So that's why this
But this one also hand controls your opponent, because they either combo out or they take damage without getting cards to hand.
If you're going second and you do just turn 1, they have to either combo or crit a life.
Yeah. So the card, but the card is also good in any other deck.
Yeah,
any deck that can turn 1
anything. Like if you put this in Pan, like if this is in Pan, but getting 3 cards in your drop turn 1 in Pan is not very great. But in Pan, this is 20k double strike crit when it's summoned.
Yes,
and
because you draw a card,
so they replace the card that they have to walk with it.
Yeah, you get a bigger choice of what you're warping. Pan plays some Overwhelm engine, and I think this one is one of the better aggro ones.
Again, this is good for Toa.
But the reason why it's on number 1 is because it's good for any deck.
Yeah.
The aggro the Migra might be a thing.
Yeah.
Any deck that can build card advantage, which is any deck in Dragon Ball.
Yep.
Can play. Sorry, Prison can't play this. Because Prison can't play anything that costs less than 4.
Prison cannot play this card.
But this card is good for any deck that's in the meta. Trinen by Foot wants to can play this card instead of the Bardock.
Yeah. But I think Trinimba definitely wants to draw more cards then.
Possibly, but if you want to go more aggressive, because Trinimba can just switch 1 of the turns and just go into aggressive and attack with everything they have on board.
Yeah.
and suddenly you don't have cards in hand to defend against that because you try to attack them. I think, yeah, this card really deserves #1 spot because the amount of pressure you get of one card.
From the research that we've done, going over the cards and talking, this card's incredible. Also, just want to mention the Golhan was on the list for a while.
Until it got replaced by the other trunks.
Yeah, until it got replaced by the other trunks.
So we were thinking about putting Gohan on honorable mention, but in the end we decided that the card was not really.
Yeah, it's just a niche side deck card. Yeah.
It is going to be a side deck card, but very, very niche.
Yeah. This card's definitely going in main in the car.
And that's about it. What do you think is the best card in the draft box for altogether? As in to the people. Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching.
If you disagree with us, please be nice.
Yeah, if you disagree with us, let us know in the comments as well, because we're curious on what's your take on the draft box for now that we have the whole list available.
I will happily respond and have a debate with you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, and see you guys around next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please check out our other videos. Also remember to like and subscribe, that really helps the channel. And if you want to help the channel even more, there's our Patreon in the description. Take care guys, and thank you for watching.